It's so good to be back with you guys. Before we start, let's make sure that our fingers are warm and nimble. Let's go ahead and just pretend we're playing the piano a little bit. There we go. And remember our hand exercise where we use every finger. Good job. We're going to review what we learned the first time, and then we'll move on. We learned to hold our pen, supporting the pen with our thumb, controlling the pressure with our index finger, and holding it with our middle finger. Don't grab your pen like this. It's not going to work for calligraphy. All right. When we met the first time, we learned families, and let's just review. Our first family included the letters I, L, and J. And those are straight lines, a little dot on the I and the J. Remember, we used the lines to help us. So this is your waistline right there, and this is your baseline. And the dot goes about a quarter of the way above the waistline. When you're making an L, it goes half of a line above the waistline. Family number 2 included the letters K. And remember, you start at the top and you go down, come back up, and there you have it. If you don't like that kind of a K, you can use this one. Go down, make a loop, come back, and go down. When you do that, make sure that your intersection is halfway between the waistline and the baseline. Also in family number 2, we have the letters V, W, X, and Z. What do all these letters have in common? Except for these, they all have straight lines. How are you doing? Doing all right? Good. And now we're looking at family number 3. That's the N, H, M, and R. All these letters have in common that they go up to the waistline and come back down to the baseline. So you want to start at the waist, go down, and then come back up and go around. What makes it calligraphy is if your letters are perfect all the way across, right? And you've made lines and lines and lines of these. And they're not always going to be perfect. I'm going to show you some letters that I had to do when I was learning calligraphy. And here we have lines and lines and lines of the letter A and D and Q, and then some German words in between. For homework, I always had to do 2 pages of each one. So I hope you have practiced your 2 pages of every letter. All right, let me put this out of harm's way. Oh, I was going to show you. So my teacher graded me, and he never gave me an A. He always gave me a B. In the school I went to, they used a grading system 1 through 6, and I got a 2. 1 was the best. But I wasn't perfect because not every letter was exactly the same as the next one. All right. Let's move on to family number 4. in this one, we have an upside down N, right? You start right there, and you go down, and then you come up, and you go down again. Pretty easy, huh? All the way down, curve, come up, and go down again. Remember that the intersection should be about halfway between the waist and the base. The letter Y is the same thing. And then you come around, and all you do is add a little hook at the end. And some books have the hook go straight, some have them curled. Why don't we start with something that's sort of halfway in between, and then eventually you get to do your own way of doing things, whichever is more comfortable to you. Okay? Family number 5 has 4 letters in it. We'll start with the letter A, go around, come up, and go back down. One more time. Start at the top, go up, and come back down. Once again, what makes it calligraphy is if the letters are uniform. And so you always want to have that intersection of that stroke halfway in between. And if it isn't perfect, that's okay. We're not asking for perfection, but try to get as close as you can. There you have the letter A. D is exactly the same thing, except you go up higher. Okay, one more time. Around the bottom, all the way to the top, and all the way down. G starts the same way. This time you go to the waistline. You come below the baseline, and there you have the same ending as you had on the Y. Once again, go around and come back down. All your letters should be at about a 5-degree angle from a straight line. What do I mean by that? Well, this is a straight line, right? It's perpendicular to your waistline and your baseline, and 5 degrees is about right there. Okay? The letter Q is exactly the same as the G, up and down, and to make it a little distinctive, we add a little swipe right at the bottom. So pretend you're making an A, go up, come back down, and add a little swipe. That is family number 5. In family number 6, we only have 2 letters. And how's that different from these? Well, the bump is on the other side, but you figured that out all by yourself, didn't you? So start halfway above the waistline, go straight down, come around, and there you go. Those curlicues are a little bit harder than the straight lines, but you'll get the hang of it after you make 2,000 of them. How's that? Like those? Not bad, huh? P starts at the waistline, descends, and comes back around. One more time. Start at the waist, halfway down. Remember, that's called a descender, right? One more. P. Now we can spell papa. Go ahead and try that. I'll try it too. I'm going to use this piece of paper. P. A. nice and slow. P and A. Well, look at that. You spell the word. Family number 7 has the O in it. And if that isn't a fun one, so you make the half circle going this way and the other half circle going that way. And it goes all the way around. There you have your O. And it's slightly leaning to the right. If you're going to make an E, you start right there in the middle and you go around. You learned that when you learned your cursive writing. There's nothing different about this, right? C, it does not go above the waistline and it doesn't go below the baseline. So keep it between the two lines, okay? S is a little trickier. So you want to start there, come around, and around once more. I've been told that from there to there, that should be a straight line. I'm not always successful, but I'll try it once more. So go around, straight line, and come around again. Okay, that's family number 7. How many families do you think we have? What are we missing? Can you figure it out? Well, let's see. I have my cheat sheet here. And there is family number 8. 2 letters. F is the first one. And so we want to start with an ascender and come down to the baseline. The crossbar is very small in the front and goes all the way to the end of the curl at the top. Once more. Halfway, small, and then it gets larger. See that? This and this is not parallel, but almost. Sometimes almost has to be good enough. Okay? The letter T is the last letter I will teach you now, and it starts 1/4 of the way above the waistline, comes down, has a curl at the end, and the cross is exactly on the line of the waistline. Again, it's a little longer to the right of the perpendicular line. So the line of the T and the line of the F is exactly the same height. Okay, let's do one more T. Got it. To review, the ascenders are the letters that go above the waistline: B, D, F, H, K, and L. The descenders are the ones that go below the baseline: G, J, P, Q, and Y. How's that? We're going to write a big long sentence because it has every letter of the alphabet in it. Okay? And when you learn to type, your typing teacher taught you to type this sentence. A. Quick. Not so quick, huh? Brown. Ooh, missed the line. N, round. Fox, F, O, and X. Jumps. Over. The, remember, just a quarter. H, the ascender is halfway in the next line. The, lazy, dog, D, O, G, yay. Okay, what do you think? Pretty good, huh? We don't have any capital letters, so we won't use them for a while. But I want to switch to using an actual calligraphy pen. So they come in many different variations. This one, the Elegant Writer, you can purchase at Artco on Pearl, and they have them in any store that sells pens. They come in different widths. This one is broad. It's 3 millimeters. So to choose what width you want to use, you make little designs. And you go like this. Just a little bit.
Ursula.
And then another little bit. And it looks like a checkerboard. So I was able to fill from the waistline to the baseline with 3 strokes. If I use a different pen, let's see what we have here. We have a fine Elegant Writer, and I go like this. It will probably take me more. Oh my goodness, 5 lines. So what we want to do is put this one out of harm's way. Oh, by the way, they also come in different colors if you want to be really fancy. Let's see what this looks like. Pretty, huh? You can't see it, it's red. Exercise your fingers for just a second. And we're going to go and use these letters that we learned and use our calligraphy pen. And that'll be really, really easy. So we started with the letter I. Your pen is at a 45-degree angle. And there you have your I. Wow. Looks very, very different from the monoline, doesn't it? Okay. We'll do an L. Remember, it starts as an ascender. Now you can spell the word ill. We're not ill, we're well. We'll spell well in a little while. Pretty cool, huh? Again, you want to have your lines be parallel to each other and about equally spaced, whatever feels more comfortable to you. And how do you get this to look nice? You just practice and practice and practice. So for your homework assignment, I want you to write this 2 lines, fill it all the way to the end, okay? The letter J, remember it starts at the baseline, goes down, and comes around. Isn't that pretty? So easy with a calligraphy pen. Okay? Oh, what did we forget? The dots. Remember, about 1/4 of the way above the waistline. Family 2, we have our K. It starts with an ascender, goes down, comes up, and then you need to lift your pen on this one, okay? Because this is a downstroke, it's fat. This one is going to be skinny, and this down one is going to be fat again. So lift your pen up, down, up, and lift your pen to go back. The V, now I've been told that if we draw a straight line right through the joint, this space should be a little smaller than this space. And that's because you're writing at a 5-degree angle. Let's do one more. Oops, did you see what I did? I turned my pen. And that's not going to work. If you want a thin line and a fat line, you have to keep your pen in the same angle. Sort of like playing tennis. I played tennis yesterday. Can you believe that? And every once in a while I had a real limp wrist, and the ball would go way over there, and then I had to run and get it. I'm a little tired today. I haven't played tennis for 20 years, so it was quite exciting. And it allowed my partner to have lots of patience. The W, same thing. Start with the V, go down again, come up. Okay? X, fat. And this one is going to be skinny. Once more, fat downstroke, skinny across. Fat downstroke, skinny across. And remember, the intersection should be halfway between the waistline and the baseline. Z, going across, coming down, and going across again. Once more, going across, come back down, and go across again. See how nice that looks with the skinny line connecting the 2 bars. N, just the way we learned it. You start here, go down, come up, go down again. Start at the waistline, go down, come up, go down again. Not very difficult. I always want to start with an upstroke because that's how I made my 5,000 letters. And then I have an end stroke. But when you're just starting out, you don't really have to do those embellishments. But if you want to, you can. Okay? M, same process. Down, up, down, up, down. Once more. down, up, around, down, around. Okay, and the connection points should be pretty skinny. R, same thing. Down and up. Down and up. Down and up. Okay, let's go on to our family number 4. We're on the letter U. This time we're making our curve at the bottom. Once more, your pen is at an angle of 45 degrees, down, around, up, and down. Okay? Y.
The rest are here. Okay.
Easy, huh? Well, we can't spell yes yet, and we can't spell you, but we're getting close. Let's practice our A's, okay? Now on this one, you're going to have to do it a little bit differently because otherwise you end up with a open space. That wouldn't look very good. So start with a 45-degree angle, make a curve down there, and then you can bring this over if you want to. Okay, let's do it one more time. Start there, go up, come down, and then close the hole. Once more. Down, up, down, and then close the hole. Okay, so you have a thin space right here and a thin space right there. Lovely. D, same thing, except we're going to have an ascender. And again, I lift my pen and I close the hole. G also has a round area, and then you come around this way. Oh, I went way too far down, didn't I? Again, I went too far down. Let's see if I can do this correctly. Up and there. That's better. G. That's why we have to practice so many times. G. Much better. And don't forget to close the hole if you have one. Q starts the same way. Go up, down, descender, and a little ending there. Again, up and around and down, and there we have it. Keep your pen at a 45-degree angle. Oh, I cheated. Did you see that? Once more. Up, over, down, close the gap. My mind was wandering. I was thinking about going to England, and when you take the tube in London, they always say, mind the gap, mind the gap. So let's do one more. This one's going to be perfect because I'm going to focus. Around, up, descender, and close the gap. That's a pretty one. The other ones are sort of iffy. Okay, we finished family 5. Family 6, remember it's the B and the P. So the B starts with an ascender, comes around. And the P starts starts with a descender and then comes around. Nice. Remember, we were spelling Papa a little while ago? Now we can do it like this. P, A, close the gap, P, A. What do you think? Looks good, doesn't it? All right. We're on family number 7, and this is the O. Uh-oh. Now, when I learned to do this with India ink, we were told to make a C this way and a C that way. Does it make any difference? I don't think so. The important thing is that your pen is at the same angle, so you have your thin spaces here and your fat spaces there. Let's do one more. Just one stroke. So much easier with a felt pen than it is with India ink dipping pen. Okay, the letter E. You can start there and go around. I prefer to do the C, come around and go this way. Let's try both ways one more time. Let's make a C, connect and come in, or let's start in the middle and go all the way around. Do whichever feels better. C, you want to end on a thin, and it should be parallel to the thin space at the top. And here comes our favorite letter, S. Okay. Boy, you can sure tell when I don't make that crossbar the right angle. And again, it just takes practice. And I always add the little ending at the very, very end. Some people like to just start with that and go around. I find that a little awkward. Okay, any questions? Excuse me, what did you say? Family 7, we did. Family 8 is the end. Do you guys remember what letters those are? You forgot? Well, I'll teach you. It's the F, okay? Waistline, waist, base, start halfway up there, 45-degree angle, come down. Where does the crossbar go? On the waist. And remember, it extends all the way to the end, like that. One more. And again, when I learned to do this, I was told to do it this way. And so it's like muscle memory for me. One more. Not high enough. One more. Can't quit till they're perfect, right? Okay, so make a whole bunch of those. I also told you you can extend the F if you prefer. So you have an ascender as well as a descender. I think my curlicue was too big. There we go, that's better. Last letters, T. And you want to start with your pen just above the waistline. Go down and curl at the crossbar. Goes like this. Just above the waistline, go down, curl, and cross at the waist. Just above the waistline, down. Let's make one that's perfect. See, they're not all the same, but they're close. There. Not bad, huh? Now you can spell you. Let's spell you. Y. O. U. One more time. Y. O. U. Second one turned out better than the first one. Okay? Let's spell yes. Y. E. S. One more. Y. E. S. What do you think? What else would you like to spell? Let's spell my name. U. R. S. U. L. And A. Close the gap. Spell your own name now. But use only small letters because we haven't learned the capital letters yet. We're going to learn the capital letters next time. Until then, keep practicing your letters and don't forget to exercise your fingers. Bye.